Thank you so much for watching. My name is Cynthia Onwadu and I have Ruth Nwoku here with me and Mr. Olakunle Olasomi. I hope I got your name right today.
This time around.
Hallelujah. Thank God. All right, people, let me catch you up to speed on a particular trending issue on our social media space. Talking about, of course, Yvonne Jegede, our very own delectable actress, appeared on the Honest Bunch podcast hosted by Neju, who is a media personality. And of course, she made a very sensitive statement that said she regretted marrying for love instead of money. And of course, it ruffled a few feathers here and there. But let's get a sneak peek into that particular utterance or that particular thing she said, so we get a full view of what exactly we're talking about.
But the moment we got married, if I tell I say they crazy, they go say they disrespect them. I go say, yeah. Huh?
This was
it's the same thing. It's the same me. It's the same Shori Okbeni. It's the same old Shori Okbe that I've always said for over 10 years.
That was not enough for you to have.
No, there were many things there. No. That one make me do like this, but no, that was not it. That was not even close to what ended it. That was not even.
So
close.
what think what ended?
Let me just say this states the fact. I was bringing more of the money. Today, I'm taking care of my son like nobody exists around me. And it's not easy. It's not funny. I go for love. I go for money.
Oh, you did say you not go for money?
I'm very honest. I get belly. You know I get belly. I'll carry my belly. I'll go my friend's house for a quick go stay.
So that statement was a really sensitive one. I was a bit sad listening to it, and that she explained how her marriage failed just under 6 months. She dated her husband for almost 10 years, and in almost 6 months, the marriage crashed, which is a very sad one. But that particular statement of regret, when you do things and then you reminisce and you go back and say, okay, I should have done it this way, maybe I should have done it this way, maybe I should have done it that way. But then saying, I should have married for love instead of money. That's in a way saying that particular man she got married to, also an actor, Abounce Paoli, wasn't really financially buoyant as at the time she got married to him. But then this is a conversation that we need to be having, both males and females. But I want to know, is it something really realistic, or it's just talk? Is it a particular thing or thought process that young women like Yvonne now should be, and particularly on young women because it's a woman that made that statement, that's one particular on young women. Is this something that young women should be thinking about? Is this something they should be giving a lot of thought to before getting married? That's the issue of finance versus love now, teeth versus start. I'll start with you, Mr. Kule. And why do you have that kind of face? I know you have a lot to want to say, it's just too much, just let it flow.
As you were talking, something just crossed my mind, and I felt like I am not sure the guy, the former husband, the ex-husband, was not comfortable at the time both of them got married. I don't know them. I don't know their financial status then. But I am not sure that the guy is not a little bit comfortable. You may not have all the money, but at least you have one or two things. I'm not sure if the guy does not have anything, she will agree to marry him.
But for her to make that statement,
I'm going somewhere. I am going somewhere. Now, what she fails to explain to us is whether she wanted somebody that has the money in excess.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, but what I am saying as you were talking, it just crossed my mind that I am not sure the guy will not be at least a little bit comfortable. He will not be able to take care of himself and the wife. I am not sure. So, whatever he wants, for me, if a guy is comfortable, every other thing, if a guy is comfortable and can take care of himself, can take care of his wife, can take care of his children, every other thing, to me, is just jara.
Yes. Because comfort is also relative.
That's what I'm saying.
Comfort that was not enough for her can be very okay.
It is relative. It is relative when you talk about, okay, for example, if I have 2-3 cars now, and I have a house, I have a job. I'll give you an example. I'll come there. I'll give you an example. I have a house, I have 2-3 cars, and I have a job I am doing. I don't know, and I'm earning good salary. I don't know what else I'll be looking for.
Okay, 3 cars, a house, good paying job.
Yes. So I don't know, good paying business or a business that's bringing money in for me. So I don't know what else I'll be looking for. That's why I said, if the guy is comfortable, or anyone that is comfortable, that can comfortably take care of himself, of his family, then every other thing is Jara. So for me, I think what she is talking about, I'm talking about Yvonne Jegede now. What she's talking about is somebody that has the money in excess.
Okay.
That's my view about it. And then I don't know whether I should just bring in this one, or I should allow her to talk before
especially as a lady, let us allow you to say her mind. If this is something a lady should be thinking towards, or you should not even think, just happily go into the marriage for, any other thing. Love versus finance, money should not really be a problem for you. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm trying to maintain steez.
Maintain your steez.
As a single young woman, let me know what I'm missing now. But to start with, Yvonne Jegede did mention that it wasn't really money that ended her marriage. In the podcast, she said what ended her marriage was the fact that her husband kept a whole lot of malice.
With her while pregnant.
So can we just establish the fact that you can marry somebody who has a whole lot of money, but if his character is not okay,
you will
still not be comfortable for you to stay, because money is not all that there is to comfort. If you understand. Now I think she made that statement because of course she's in the spotlight. And it's a thing these days for women who are celebrities to walk out of marriage with a whole lot of money. Like the whole divorce.
Since you are set up already.
Yes. If you look at all the celebrity, especially female celebrities that are getting divorced these days, it's because there's always money going out from the marriage with them. And that is something that Yvonne did not get. Because she did,
is that her area of
because
animosity right now? Yes, like she left empty-handed.
Yeah, she didn't get, because she was the one bringing the larger chunk of the money in the marriage. Okay. So definitely, of course, she didn't mention that, but there could even be a possibility.
That is your own understanding.
Yes, there could be a possibility. She didn't mention that she was doing better in the podcast. If you watch,
she did mention that. Yes.
That the guy, she had more money than the young man. She was providing more, and at a point, his ego was bruised. Of course, you know how men are. She was explaining that his ego was bruised. She was saying, "Let's do this," and it was like, "Wow, because you had the money." According to her. Now that led to the whole character something, and then she left the marriage. So adding to that, if ladies should get married for love or for money, love is important.
I want to scatter your steez now. I'm sorry, this steez that you're maintaining, I want to scatter it. Just give me one particular option.
Okay.
Love or money? That's why we are.
I should give you one.
That is why we are here right now.
I should give you one.
Yes, just give me one.
Love is good, but if you can fall in love where there is money, then
let me
you don't want to scatter your steez.
Let me say this.
Okay.
For me,
yes,
love is sweeter when
money is involved. Davido said yes.
So you can't just pick one and be at peace.
Wait, no. You don't have to pick one.
You don't know poverty is
love. You don't have to pick one. Just as I said earlier, for me, I don't expect any young man that is going into marriage and will not be able to take care of the family he's trying to build.
Okay.
I don't expect that. I don't expect that at all. If you don't have a job, you don't have a house, you don't even have any business talking to a lady about relationship in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell them.
But that's the truth.
Okay.
Because
you have no business even having that conversation.
Yes,
even talking to a girl.
Yes, you don't.
On the street. You don't. Just look at
back. Yes. For me, I feel that you should just face your life first.
Okay.
Face your life first. Figure things out. Find your feet. You understand what I'm saying? Before you now maybe begin to say, okay, I want to have a wife. Because because it is not always easy. By the time you, as a man, you cannot take care of yourself, and you want to add to that responsibility that you cannot take care of. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, let me. What I said I wanted to say. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. I was talking to some persons. I said, and that's the truth. That is my view about it. And in any case, I don't believe in somebody having money like Dangote. But if it comes, to God be the glory. For me as a man, what I believe in is contentment. Yes, contentment. If you have, let me give you an example. What I said I wanted to say, I was talking to some person last week or 2 weeks ago. I said, if, just as I said earlier, if you have a job, a good job, you have 1, 2, 3 cars, and you have a car, and you have, like, let me say, 5 million naira in your account. In your account.
5 million naira seated in your
account.
Yes,
seated in your account. That is outside your job, everything, your cars and all that. I told them, I said, you are not a poor man in Nigeria of today.
Okay.
Yes. I said you are not a poor.
Some people might differ with that.
Okay.
And I do have a question in relation to that.
Okay.
In Nigeria of today, like you said, what amount of money? Because you did make mention of the fact that men are supposed to work hard before they even think of love or wife. So in Nigeria of today, how much should a man have? Like, what should a man
I love that question.
For your day-to-day
Thank you. I love that question.
Oh, even before thinking about marriage.
Yes, for me. Yes, for me.
Yes.
You don't have to talk about how much is in your account.
Okay.
I said earlier, you should be able to afford a little bit of comfort for yourself and just as I said, comfort is relative.
Yes.
What is comfort to you may not be comfort to me.
Very true.
But for me, if we are even when we say comfort is relative, we should also be reasonable. Reasonable in the sense that if somebody who is reasonable sees something that, okay, let me just say, the kind of life you are living,
yes,
probably you are not living badly, let me put it that way, and somebody sees that, and maybe your wife or your husband or the husband or somebody is complaining, what more does he need?
Okay.
I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. They will even be able to say, what else do you need? You have this, you have this, you have this.
Especially here in Nigeria, where young men have been cajoled, into getting a wife, especially when you have a good family system around you, and then people assist you for a few years while you are trying to get up and get you moving and all that. But not everybody has that advantage, because we've seen very well after marriages, people are owing decorators, people are owing the people that made the cake, people are owing people that served food. They are owing, so they go into that marriage with so many debts.
You know why I'm laughing?
It's not everybody that has that advantage of a support.
You know why I'm laughing? You know why I'm laughing here? Just what you said now, that some persons probably depend on their parents, on their brothers,
family members sending people a lot,
send them money,
that are getting married,
or let me say, persuade you to get married. We will take care of everything. I have a situation. In fact, the woman is divorced now, or let me just say, maybe I say they're separated now. They are no longer together. Of course, there was no child between them. Do you know that? I want to believe that they persuaded this guy to get married because he's the only male child. When the woman was talking, she said, when the guy is talking about having children, then the lady will talk about, we don't have money, even if we have children now. The guy's response will be that, have you given birth? My sister said they cannot take care of us. Or my sister said they cannot take care of the child. A married man saying that have you given birth? And my sister said they cannot take care of the child.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm talking about?
So you are bringing that child into the world.
You see what I'm talking about? So what I'm talking about, for me, it is not all about how much, just as you asked, it is not all about how much is in your account.
Okay.
It's not all about how much is in your account. It is about giving yourself a little bit of comfort, not extra comfort, a little bit of comfort, and your wife and children. That is all. I may not necessarily need to know how much is
an
in your
exact
account.
amount. Okay, let's move on now to.
Sorry,
you have something to
Cynthia,
say?
yes, I have a follow-up question to that. Now there's been issues where the whole we are so hard on men in our society.
Yeah,
like the whole make money, make money
first.
first.
It's too much.
Now I've seen situations where some of these men actually go after the bag and then get the bag, but because they didn't go after the queen, they didn't have a queen. Like they ended up just.
So now they have that resource and they're struggling.
So at the end of the day, what if you find love? What if a man finds love while he's still looking for money? Of course, because at the end of the day, we know the heart knows.
I understand what you are saying.
Now, while if a man is hustling, he doesn't have that money yet, and then somehow love comes along.
Okay, let me give you an example.
Yes.
When I was before I got married,
okay,
I told myself, and that was what I did, and that was what I worked towards, and that was what happened to me.
Right.
Yes, it didn't happen to another person. It happened to me. I told myself, even when I was in secondary school or primary school, I can't remember. I told myself, I said, before I get married, I must have a car.
Okay.
And
it's like an assignment you gave yourself.
Yes, and I got it. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
I got a car
For
before
some
I got
people,
married.
it's
So,
I must have 10 million before I get married. Some people, I must have a
yes,
house.
I told myself from very long time ago, before I even start thinking of who I will marry, that I must have a car before I get married. And I got one before I got married. So back to your question now, that what if you find love? Just as I said, earlier, you don't have any business. Somebody who does not have a job, don't have any business looking for a woman.
So let that love rest.
What if he has a job? He's hustling, just that the paper never read. And then there's
that's what we have. That's what we have.
You can go into a relationship and don't get married.
You can go into relationship.
Yes, you can go into a relationship. Just as you said, he's hustling. He has a job he's doing. You can go into a relationship but don't get married. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Start having another Yvonne Jegede situation where she's regretting getting married for love. But then let's move on now, because in recent time I've noticed there have been an increase in this conversation surrounding love and money online. I don't know, we've had Saida Bodge come out with her own talking stage. You must give me 500 million to do workout with me. You must give me 20 million. We have Saida Bodge. She's in one corner. But over the years, Saida Bodge is not the first person that has vocally made these assertions. We have the likes of Shira 7 and all the online Instagram and TikTok relationship advisors telling women to, increase their pursuit when it comes to finding men that are financially buoyant. They call them provider men. That's the tag, provider men. And it's so funny to me because I grew up always thinking that a man is a provider. I don't even know where that provider
so
men
tag.
I think that's a American slang. Because I think men
yes,
that provider men, and then there are men that the woman will take care of. It's too much.
Cynthia, there is a verse in the Bible that says a man should provide for his house. Probably that's where.
Okay, that's where they got that tag from.
It's
okay.
There.
Because that tag surprises me, because I already feel like a man is supposed to provide. So why are you calling him provider men? I'm confused. But then we are talking about the increase of this conversation online. So many people are now relationship advisors, and they are cajoling women to look for how to grab the best provider men now. But it makes me wonder if this ideology has always come. It has always been there underneath, like a silent truth or something. Because why do we see it a lot on internet right now? So many advices here and there. Look for a rich man. Don't marry a man until he give you 1 million. Don't marry a man until he builds you a house. Has it always been there now, Mr. Kunle, from your Bible?
Honestly, I love this question.
Bible application. Has it always been there underneath? Just what's that tag I'm looking for? I mean, you know that when you are when you are born, you already know that God creates you with a hair, with ears, with mouth, with tongue. So it's the same thing as me thinking that a man is already a provider. So why do we have all this proliferation of relationship advisors everywhere? Everybody's asking women to bill men before you talk to him, charge him before you go for a first date. Has this always been the norm? Or
I love this question. Thing? It hasn't been like this in the past, or it was not like this in the past. I have a question, not for you, and that question has been agitating my mind, and I've not found any answer to that question. And I will ask the question here. I remember many years ago, many years ago, the father will be a driver in an office or something, or commercial bus driver or whatever, or taxi driver, whatever. The mother will be somebody selling pepper by the roadside, or doing
a shop or something,
petty business by the roadside. Yet the two of them will live together for 50 years, 40 years. They will train these children in university to become medical doctor, to become professors and all that. And they will live together. Yet they live on the major
driver salary,
tomato
and pepper money.
They live on it, and they live happily. Why is it that today you have somebody who is a doctor, somebody who is a lawyer, they cannot live together for 3 years? Or
and they all have good careers.
Yes. Why? So for me, I think things have really gone bad, and you have so many relationship advisors, or maybe you call them the relationship therapists, that even they themselves are not in marriage. Yet they will be, and foolishly, some of these people in marriage will be listening to them. Okay, an example is this woman. This woman now,
Blessing
CEO.
Okay, I don't know if that.
No. Just wait. I'm coming. Yes. Wait, Blessing CEO. Some persons, some married people still listen to that woman.
Maintain it.
Some married people some married couples still listen to that. I don't know.
Is it the content? Is it the content of the kind of thing she or her life being an example?
Why was she not practicing what she was saying?
Okay. That made her union not to stand the test of time.
Let me give you an example. Somebody was having issue in a marriage, and the person said, whoever is not passing through or has not passed through what she is passing through presently cannot advise her.
Okay.
And I agree with her, because you don't know what she is going through.
You have no idea.
You have no idea what the woman was going through. Yeah. He said, if you are not, she usually talk to somebody, and the person is living large because the husband has so much money. Yeah. Sure, you understand? That was what prompted her to see what this woman is saying. She is not in a position to advise her because she is living.
Her life experience is a lot more different.
Thank you. So that is it. So my point is, so many of us who I'm just generalizing now when I use that phrase. Excuse me. So many of us allow all these people who are not in relationship, some of these people
behind the camera.
Yes, some of these people who have failed in marriages to talk to us about some things we need to do or we don't have to do for a good relationship. So that is part of the problem.
Okay. And to add to that, because I actually do agree with him, because we live in a social media world, everybody would want to project their reality onto you. And the social media is there, so it's not a platform for everybody to say, because
so much
when there was no social media, The only role model, if I ask you, Cynthia, sorry, let me not use you now. If I ask an average Nigerian girl, who is your role model in marriage? You start hearing one celebrity and the wife, one celebrity and the husband. And if you check, they've been married for 2 years.
Or even somebody in their church,
Yes.
maybe this older couple in my church.
People don't look for people in their church again or people in their house. You see people with their parents, they've lived together, they didn't have much money, but their
Even your
father
own
and their
parents
mother,
are
they've
your
lived
role
together
models.
for 30 years. And your father is not your role model. Your mother is not your role model. One celebrity that is married for 2 years is your role model. People that you don't know in person. You don't know what happens in their house. And they're a role model. So they will come out and put camera and talk and say, oh, if you do like this, if man do like this, do like this, if man do like this, do like, and you will follow.
It's just
Because
too much.
they know
Too
how
much.
to project their reality onto you. You don't know them in person. So I feel the social media too has proliferated most of these things. And the whole clamor these days about marrying someone that has money, I beg, women know they make money. It's like it's an
That is
why
it.
is
That
why
is
is
the
it
issue.
man,
That is the
man,
issue.
man? We
Yes.
Look for a provider, man. Look for money for your own self.
can't you be a provider as a woman?
That was what Linda Keji told you side
Yeah,
about.
that was
Thank
the
you.
response.
Yes.
That was what she told
Yes.
her. And let me tell you something. Let me give you a personal example now. I remember, just as I said, I gave myself to this marriage thing, even when I was in, you won't believe it, even when I was in primary school.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, you've already started planning.
Well, I don't know whether to call it planning, but one thing I love, I cherish, I adore, then was when I see a man and woman who have been married for 30, 40, 50 years,
Yes.
I get moved. I talk to myself, this is the kind of thing I want. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there is this program on NTA back then in the 80s. They bring renowned Nigerians who have been married for many years. Then to share, I don't miss that program. So when I watch it, I say I want to be like these people. And for me, if I must confess to you, that is what has got me going.
Hallelujah.
I'm serious about it.
Tease.
At least I've been married for about going to 17 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't have any regret whatsoever. Anyway, don't worry, a book to that effect will come in future.
We are waiting.
All right, we'll be here waiting. Okay, moving on now to in reference back to what you said. In those days, the father would be a worker in a factory or an office. The mother would be doing business in front of the house and all of that. But then in modern times now, we see, though there are still women who are housewives, but we've seen a rise in women trying to actualize their dreams, going into careers and all that, also working as much as the men are also working, bringing money home and all that. That brings me to the issue of gender roles now. Should we always follow gender roles, or is it supposed to be exclusive to each gender? Like the man must be the one to bring money, the woman should face, taking care of the children. And if you still want to work and bring in money, fine. So so that we avoid situations like Yvonne Jegede, where she was bringing the majority of the money and the husband was kind of struggling financially. She was bringing the bigger share. I think that was where the unhappiness came from, and all other issues stemmed up from that.
You want me to react? You want her to react? Because I have something to say about that.
You have something.
Okay,
Yes?
you can go
Okay.
on.
Don't worry about this.
All right. Let me tell you. Even the Bible says, when in creation, when God was going to create man, God created man first, and then created woman out of the man. Okay, let me put it this way. When God created man, God sees that, or saw that the man needs an helper. He created the woman out of him.
Yes.
Now, when you talk about who does what in the house, I believe that's what you are talking about.
Gender roles.
Yes. For me, the man should lead while the woman should follow.
Okay.
The man should lead in the sense that, for me, it's my view.
Okay.
I may be wrong and I may be faulted. The woman does not have to leave everything for the man.
Okay.
Just as you said here earlier, that the woman has her role, the man has his role. For me, the man, the woman does not have to leave everything for the man, but the man should lead.
Should lead.
Yes, the man should lead. Should lead in the sense that, for example, in the area of provisions, he should be able to provide. Then, if it is not enough, the woman can add.
Can come in, all right. But the man should
and there are. I don't like the way you are looking at me.
I'm picking there's wisdom in it.
All right, so I know that's why you are looking at me like that. And let me tell you something. There are times that the man may be broke, may not have money. I don't expect at that point for the woman to begin to nag.
Strip him of his leadership role.
Thank you. Okay, let me give you an example. Somebody was telling me something many years ago. And I'll also give you an example of one of my brothers. That was what ruined his marriage till date. The wife is in Chicago now. He is in Abuja here, not doing well, let me put it that way. But I'll tell you what happened. And so what I'm saying is, if at that point the woman should not begin to nag when you know that the husband usually provide, and probably maybe somebody,
life happens.
Yes, somebody gave me an example that the woman was the one providing at some point, and whenever he serves the man the food, he will begin to peep through the keyhole of the door and start singing that he is feeding a full-grown man. Singing. If I sing, the song is in Yoruba, so I don't know whether I can sing it here. That was a lot. He's feeding a full-grown man. So what do you expect such man to do? Back to this, my brother's case, my elder brother, go. At some point they had issue with house rent, and the woman said, "Let's go and get a one-room apartment. I will pay." My brother said no, that he cannot live under a roof where the woman is paying the rent. That they should,
might have to pick in.
That they should rather go back to my father's house. My father has 2 big houses in Lagos. Then yes, up till now it's still there. It's late, but it's will due to us. So now the woman said, "I will not go." Instead of that, this marriage will not work. My brother moved to our house. The wife moved to another place. Since then,
that was the end.
And that was the end of the marriage. So what am I trying to say? Sometimes there should be understanding between the man and the woman so that they can make things work.
Okay, for gender roles now, what do you have to say?
Okay, at the end of the day, a man and a woman are not equal. So I'm going to be fast about it. There's a man, the leader, and there's a woman, a helpmate.
Yes.
So that brings me back to help. Now, I have seen men that earn lesser but provide more.
Okay.
Yes, and it all boils down to that leadership role that he said. I mean, one of the problems is when a woman earns more and the woman wants to do certain things that are beyond the budget of the man, is a problem. So women have to be sensitive when they begin to earn more than their husbands,
so that you don't
make sure. Yes, so that you
touch that.
You try to live beyond. You try to live within his expenses, within his budget. Yes, because anything that makes you want to exceed it, then
there will be problem.
You are making it seem like an insult.
Yes, and that was the problem that I saw with Yvonne Jegede's marriage. The fact that she was making money, let's do this thing like this, let's do this one, and the man said, no, I don't have the money. It was an issue already. So while the woman, you see, issue of finances in marriage is very, very sensitive.
Very, very.
Very, very,
because
very,
sometimes the men start out very well.
Yes.
And then towards the course of the marriage, life happens.
Yes.
He hits a rock.
Yes.
No, apart from life,
the
Cynthia,
woman start earning more.
Cynthia, apart from life happens, responsibility comes in and grow bigger. So you need to prioritize.
Yes.
Okay.
You
can't solve every problem.
Yes, you can't solve it. You need to prioritize. Let's do this instead of this. This is more important than this.
Yes.
That is where the problem comes in.
And talking about understanding too, even while the woman is trying to contribute and she's trying to live within his budget, the man also should be considerate because she's trying to help you. And if there's something that you cannot do and she has the money to do it, she wants to do it for the betterment of your lives, why not? It is okay to do it. So about gender roles, I feel like a man is the head.
Of course.
The woman follows. So whatever you want to do, you run it by the man. That's
you have to run it.
Yes.
You have to run it by the man because the man is still the leader, no matter what.
Yes.
But then let's round up right now. There's been a lot of friction on social media. People just like to bring up gender wars. Men will bring up what women did 10 years ago and compare it to now. Some will say wife no day again, wife finish doing our mama time. Women will come, husband finish doing our papa time, and then they just go and keep dragging each other. But then it seems like even when it comes to this women being the breadwinner issue, I'm not standing up for women, but as you can see, I'm a woman. It seems like sometimes men don't really appreciate those women that stand up. I won't say to step into their shoes, but to be a helper the way it's supposed to be in the family. I see sometimes men become lazy, laid back, try to, be unnecessarily entitled right now. We have heard the issue. We know what even right now they are dragging Yvonne Jegede online because of what she said concerning the friction between Yul Edochie, the actor, and his wife. His ex-wife, May Yul Edochie, talking about you saying I'm a proud polygamist and trying to enforce polygamy on May Yul Edochie. But we know that marriage is like an 18-year-old marriage, and it's been said that she has been the one, will I say financing or taking care of, holding that marriage together, taking care of the children in a silent way in the background. I think this divorce kind of brought everything to the forefront,
and that's why I would have wanted us to talk about the whole lazy son thing because
but I'm just talking about
if a man is lazy when you make money, because men are hardworking, we know that. So for a man to show signs of laziness when you make money,
it has always been there.
It's
there. Not like a recent thing.
It's not. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I just want to talk about the Yul Edochie and May Edochie situation. And the fact that the family members have even said that May was the, breadwinner or doing better financially than Yul Edochie. But we all love Yul Edochie and an actor. He's a great actor. We love his voice, everything. But the wife was in the background for so many years. And then the divorce has been messy, have dug everything up from the scratch. And then we've seen some people who use them as the perfect example of a man that paid back a woman with bad, trying to enforce the polygamy on her that of course she's fighting against in the court and all of that. But what is the way forward right now? Of course, you said a man being lazy, it's not just a recent thing, it has always been there. What's the way forward, especially when a woman finds herself in a situation where her man now is not appreciative enough, shows signs of laziness, with her being the breadwinner now? What is the way forward to that? Let's just round up with that.
Okay. You want to say something?
I'm not married yet, so
from the maintaining her single
from the corridor of marriage.
Let us leave it all in the hands
right.
No, but I do have something to say. I'm not married yet.
Go ahead.
But it doesn't mean okay. From with these few points of mine, because
I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you.
That if those kind of situations arise, then you have conversations and pray.
Okay. She's going through the prayer room.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, as she said, I always say that in marriage and relationship, for me, it's my view, and that is what I practice.
Yes.
You cannot talk too much.
Okay.
Communication is key. You can't talk too much. You need to talk. You just need to talk.
There's never a talking too much.
Yes. And if such a thing happens, it's something they can talk about.
Okay.
Then, just as she said, prayer to come.
Okay. Prayer.
Most
Go
important.
to the prayer room.
Most important.
And talk. But I'm also in support of where you need to bring in a lawyer. You bring in a lawyer. Yes. Where you need to protect your rights. Protect your rights. Because I'm a woman. I'm all about protecting your rights as a woman. Yes.
I agree with you.
Okay, this is where we'll end it on the spice today. I hope we were able to enjoy our conversation and learn a thing or two. I still remain Cynthia Onado. Of course, to my left, I have Ruth Moku, and to my right, Mr. Olakunle Olasani. Thank you for watching Leadership TV. We'll be back next week with another interesting episode of Spice. Stay spicy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last word.